For those of you who don't know me, let me very quickly introduce myself. My name is Vineet Bangera and I am from Bombay, and I've been a part of the fraternity for almost 20 years now. And I also run a school called Dance Central, which by the way happens to turn 10 next year. So yay. Okay, so today we're going to be covering a very important topic. We're going to learn how to shift from salsa on 1 to salsa on 2 in an extremely fundamental manner. So let's get the party started. Let's quickly talk about what I expect from this class from you guys. So the way I go about teaching is that I like to put the fundamentals in place first, and then we go about the dancing bits. So I would request each one of you to try and keep a book and pen handy and take notes as and when you can, so that you can try and put things in perspective, because there is a very systematic approach to this, the way I go about it. So I'd like to share that with you. So I'm just going to quickly pull up a quick presentation for you. So the class is how to switch from salsa on 1 to salsa on 2, as you can see it on the screen. Now let's begin over here. What's the whole idea behind this class and what this class is completely all about? Okay, so my personal understanding is that our country is very, very strongly dominated by salsa on 1 dancers, majorly. And there is a huge percentage of on 1 dancers who also dance on 2. I think, in my opinion, there's almost close to no one who dances on 2 only. So what I've observed, and this is my personal opinion, and I'd like to keep it like that, is that a lot of people who are dancing on 1 for a very long time and are extremely systematically trained find it easy to make that a bit of a transition, because they understand beat, they understand structure, they understand count. So it becomes very easy for them to make that transition. However, the way I go about it is that for you to be able to dance on 2, it is very essential that you have a full study of on 2 as well. What do I mean by that? Quick disclaimer, this is supposed to be an intermediate class. So I am hoping that a lot of your basic fundamentals are in place, so I can really push this class ahead quickly. So what I believe is, if you're able to dance on 1 and you know your counts, example, when we dance with a partner and we ask, okay, so the right turn happens on which counts? And you immediately have an answer, oh, it happens on 5, 6, 7. And if I ask you that same question, that on 2, what counts does it happen on? We have a bit of a problem. The common thing that I see people say is, okay, why don't you just lead me? I'll follow. Why don't we just dance? It's possible. So that fundamental study is very important, I believe, if you really want to take your dancing to the next level. So that's why I prepared this bit of a presentation for you to make sense out of this. So hopefully you can stay along with me on this. Okay, let's quickly begin. So how am I going to structure this entire class, right? So I'm going to cover this very systematically. So first, we're going to talk about these topics. As you can see on your screen, first, we are going to talk about the basic fundamentals and do a quick brush up of salsa on 1. So we are all on the same page for this class. Then I'm going to teach you on a thumb rule, which means if your fundamentals are on 1 in place, what are the things that are going to be common in on 2, which you can take so that you can make that switch on 2, right? And then I'm going to show you that major switch board and how you just completely flip it from on 1 to on 2. And then, before we get into the dancing bit of it, we'll summarize all our theory, we'll put this in place, and then we get to applying it. Why? Because ideally your on 1 knowledge should be in place. A lot of vocabulary should be in place. You should have your content there. So if your content is in place, then all we need to know is how to make that switch, and then essentially it helps us dance. That's how I'm going to go about it, right? Now, fifth is, we'll see the application. Then, of course, I'm going to give you that quick math on how to figure out all the steps. We'll see how this knowledge is going to help us in other styles or other dance forms as well. And then we'll sit and do a question and answer session, right? Okay, so starting off with the first part, this is the basic fundamentals of brushing up on salsa on 1 immediately. So let's get to that. Now, the first thing that you want to understand is, of course, the basic fundamental of salsa is that there are 6 steps that happen over 8 counts, right? So you have your front basic, which happens on the first 3 counts, which is 1, 2, 3. And then you have your back basic that happens on 5, 6, 7. And you pause on the 4s and 8s, which means you're essentially dancing 6 steps over 8 counts. I hope everyone's clear on that. So I'm going to just quickly repeat that. So we have 6 steps over 8 counts. That's how we're going to go over this, right? And then the second important thing is, if you are fundamentally strong, you'll realize that your first 3 counts of the basic involve the left foot, the right foot, and the left foot. That makes up your front basic. And then you pause on the 4, and then you have your back basic, which comes on 5, 6, 7, and that involves your right foot and the left foot and the right foot. So there is a front part to the basic and there is a back part to the basic. Now, going forward, if I am ever referring to what I call as the front part to the basic, you should know that I am going to refer to counts 1, 2, 3. and the foot is left, right, left. And if I go to 5, 6, 7, then I am talking about the back part of the basic, and that will involve a right, left, right. So I'm hoping that's clear for you. So if I'm making these reference that front part of the basic, back part of the basic, we will bring in some synergy. Now, just to give you a little idea, in this dance form, there is also something called as the man's timing, and there is a lady's timing. Because when we dance with a partner, you will have the first foot going forward as a man and your first count as a lady goes back. So if I were to talk about the ladies' timing, I am insisting, ladies, that you understand that the back basic is on a 1, 2, 3 and the front basic is on a 5, 6, 7. And if I am talking about the front part of the basic as a man, then I am talking about being 1, 2, 3, forward and 5, 6, 7. So hope the men have got their part right and hope the ladies have got their part right. Yeah. So that's the man's timing and the ladies' timing. And some real simple logic. You should know after the left foot will always come a right foot, and after a right foot will always come a left foot. You will never have the same foot come in twice. So this fundamental knowledge is really going to help us take things ahead. So if I have to sum this up for you, we've got our fundamentals in place. And yes, now some of us, we've been dancing for a while. We perhaps may have been introduced in class with the usage of the count 4 and the 8. Yeah, yes, it is very much utilized in advanced timing. We do utilize the 4 and the 8 when we dance. But for now, we're going to keep that conversation a bit aside. Yeah, so we're going to fundamentally keep in mind that we're going to be dancing 3 counts. We're going to be holding the 4th count. We're going to be dancing 5, 6, 7 and then holding the 8th count. Just for the sake of simplicity, to try and make a very easy switch from on 1 to on 2. Is that making sense? All right, coming in next, we're going to understand the important thumb rule of salsa on 1 and salsa on 2. Now, what is that? What is it that is not going to change from an on 1 concept to an on 2 concept, right? So the first thing you want to understand that the concept of 3 steps and a pause will not change, whether it's on 1 or on 2. Yes, you will do a 1, 2, 3 and pause on the 4, and you will do a 5, 6, 7 and pause on the 8. This is one common thing that you need to keep in mind. Whether you're dancing on 1 or you're dancing on 2, you would be pausing on both things. So that's one thing. Second, the man will always start with count number 1 with the left foot and use count number 5 for the right foot. And for the ladies, the lady will always use count number 1 for the right foot and use count number 5 for the left foot. I hope you're clear on this. Now, I want to give you a small note here. Now, I haven't said that we're going to go forward or back with this particular foot. All I have said that the count and the foot will remain the same, which means on 1, the man will use the left foot, whether it's on 1 or on 2, and he will use the right foot on 5, whether it's on 1 or on 2. And as a lady, if you're using the right foot on 1, it will remain the same for on 1 and on 2. And you will use the left foot on 5 for an on 1 and on 2. So that's one common thing. Now, I'm not spoken about front basic, back basic yet. Yes, I have just said what foot is used, and this is common for both on 1 and on 2. You need to understand that, right? And when we go about our steps, like I told you previously, that the right turn happens on the front part of the basic, hook turn happens on back part of the basic. This fundamental concept will also not change. Now note over here, I am not specifying counts. I'm only telling you the front part of the basic and the back part of the basic. Because if you notice, whether you dance on 1 or on 2, the right turn or the left turn or the hook turn, they all happen on the same part of the basic. It's the counts that change. And we'll come to that in a bit as to how that changes and why it changes and how we must try and approach that. So I'm hoping everyone's on the same page so far, right? And let's quickly come to our switchboard. So I am going to show you how you go from on 1 to on 2 very clearly, right? Now, you will notice that there are steps on one side of the column, and I'm going to put counts on one side of the column, if that makes sense, right? So just to give you a quick heads up, going back to our previous theory, you remember that there are 6 steps over 8 counts, which means the first step happens on the first count, the second step happens on the second count, the third step happens on the third count. Nothing happens on the fourth count. We pause. The fourth step happens on the fifth count. The fifth step happens on the sixth count. The sixth step happens on the seventh count, and nothing happens on the eighth count. Are we clear on that, right? Now, in this table, what I'm going to do, like I said, for this conversation, we're going to keep the 4s and the 8s aside, which means I'm going to take out the pauses for you, right? So as you can see, I've completely eliminated that from the conversation. I'm going to join this for you so you understand that this is how we're looking and this is how we dance our 6 steps. Essentially, this is one very important thing to understand in transitioning from an on 1 to an on 2. Most people who dance on 2 feel that they are a lot more slower when they are dancing. Or on 1 dancers feel, that they are dancing faster than the on 2 dancers, even if the same song is played and either one of them are dancing on 1 or on 2. Now, how does that happen? The speed of the song doesn't change. The steps don't change. The counts are changing. So what happens essentially is because when we dance salsa on 1, we are pausing on the 4 and the 8. We are fundamentally not using them. Now I'm again not referring to the advanced timing and using that count and pressing through your foot. We're not talking about that. We're going through real scratch knowledge right now, right? So fundamentally we are pausing on 4s and 8, which means we are essentially dancing 6 steps over 6 counts, and including the 4 and the 8 is a pause. But on 2, you will realize when we come to that the 4 and the 8 as counts happen in between the steps. So we can't pause randomly in between the steps, so we end up using those steps while we are dancing. So essentially on 2, what we do is that we end up dancing 6 steps over 8 counts, if that's making sense. So if you have 6 steps over 6 counts and you have 6 steps over 8 counts, naturally on 1 seems to be faster because you are using 6 steps for 6 counts, and on 2 you're dancing 6 steps. I hope you're clear on this so far. Yeah, now if I'm going to shift the steps 1 count down, as you can see, we are now essentially dancing on 2. That's the plain fundamental. So you can see now the first step happens on the 2nd count, the 2nd step happens on the 3rd count, and so on and so forth. All we are doing is we're taking each of the steps and planting it 1 count down, and that's how we're going to be ending up switching from on 1 to on 2. As simple principle that we're going to use. Yeah?